Hi everyone, Don Peterson coming to you from the Swing Factory Golf Studio just north of Atlanta. This is a lesson review. I had a lesson about a half an hour ago and wanted to get this on tape real quick. So it was kind of an interesting lesson because I haven't had this lesson ever that I know of. So it had a different fix. So I want to share this fix with you because it might help you in your swing. So this particular student had an over-the-top move, and what I mean by over-the-top is he got back to the top of the swing and he started coming over the top with his shoulders, but then he kind of held off, and as he went through the ball, and he kind of bowed his left knee and always finished kind of like, you know, bowed down here with his knee, and then he came on around. So, you know, my thought was I needed to fix, you know, get this left leg straight. And, you know, that's really easy for me to teach most of the time, as I can get people to spin their hips and get that left leg straight. I teach them how, you know, I'll put them, a lot of times I'll put them in a preset position and just kind of put that left leg back there. But he really struggled with this, and I couldn't understand why, because I've taught this to thousands of students over the years, and everybody can kind of get it sooner or later. Some people are more difficult than others. A lot of times when I struggle with students, it's a balance issue. Their weight's in the wrong position in their feet. But that wasn't the case for this particular student. So he had a hard time getting that left leg straight, and then his right knee was always kind of hanging back. So even when he got the left leg straight, his knee looked like it was hanging back here. He never got this hips open with his right knee or trail knee in. So we worked on that for quite a while, and really didn't quite get where I wanted to go with him. So finally, we kept working on it, and I put him in a preset position again, and I tucked his right elbow a little bit more in front of him than I normally do with people, but I got his right elbow really in, and I said, look, I said, you know, if you're coming over the top, and what was happening is he'd come over the top, and his right elbow would be out here behind pushing, which is, you know, fairly normal. And when you get over the top like this, I think what was happening then, he was kind of having to block as he went through. So the over-the-top move happened before the hips and before the legs. It's like he started that right from the top of the swing. So then he kind of had to do this. So in order for me to get him out of this sliding, I had to teach him to go more under with his right trail elbow. And it's kind of funny how it started working, because when I got him really tucked in at impact down here, he kind of had to go back with the left knee now, because he was more tilted. He had his seat out more, and he found that in order to get his elbow in front of him, way down in here, that left hip, or his lead hip, had to go way back and straighten that left leg. So we finally got him to kind of get the feeling, and then of course he felt a lot more power then, because you have a lot more leverage when you can come into that golf ball and have your hips leading and your hands leading and forward shaft, and have that leverage off that right elbow. Because, you know, if you're coming over the top, see, there's not a lot of leverage here. But if you can get that tucked in and get that club coming down this plane and then releasing out to the golf ball, see, that's a lot of power. So I want to go over this tuck in the right elbow a little bit, because I want to make sure you understand. Most of the time when I say tuck the elbow, people assume that it's in close, you know, because that's what it feels like. You know, if I tuck it in, it kind of feels like it's in close to your right rib cage. And while that might feel like the case when you get down here at impact, you don't have to have it in close up here at the top of the swing. You can have it further away, but you need to have it pointed in, okay? So this is pointed in and this is pointed out, all right? So if you looked at it from here, this is pointed out and this is pointed in. So if you can get your trail elbow pointed in or tucked in, it doesn't have to be in close to your body, it can be out, but it needs to be pointed in a little bit. So at the top of the swing, your right elbow might look like it's here, and then when you get back down in front of you, your right elbow's tucked in close to your rib cage now, because your hips are opening, right? You're turning into it with your lower body, so your arms are coming in, so now it feels like it's really close to your rib cage when you get down towards impact. But don't let that be the case at the top of the swing. You don't have to have your trail elbow tucked in at the top of the swing. Not close to your body anyway, but tucked in this way, that's good, okay? Not tucked in this way. Don't tuck it in close to you. Feel like you tuck it in there, tuck it in at the bottom, all right? I hope this helps. For more tips like this, obviously, I'd love to see you like and subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell over there, and we'll make sure that you're notified next time one of my great tips comes out. Thanks, and come back and see us.